Pokémon Journeys episode 112 marked the return of Ash and Lily's full family to Alola. In it, we got some pretty hype build-up for two things. First and foremost, Ash's resolve to win the Masters tournament. But also, we might have just got teased another EEVEELUTION. Let's talk about it. So the episode begins by hosting a welcome back party for Lily and her family after they found their father in the previous episode. Honestly, most of the episode felt pretty normal. Like, it definitely wasn't as good as the previous episode with Lily and the Ultra Beast, but it definitely wasn't bad by any means. Like, most of the welcome party was fan service, showing Lily back with her friends and the Pokemon getting along and eating, and Kiawe doing Kiawe things. Kiawe is one funny guy, dipping right when Lily finally makes a return, along with Ash and Go. Of course, Chloe and Lana get along due to both owning an Eevee, but the conversation between the two literally drops some pretty big exclamation marks out of nowhere. Especially in regards to the EEVEELUTION, Chloe asked Lana what evolution her Eevee is going to be out of the 8 possible choices. And Lana corrects her by saying there are 9 possibilities. That's absolutely insane. Does this mean there's a 9th evolution? Well, she then references Ash's Pikachu, hinting the other possibility of her Eevee is to continue being an Eevee. That's a bummer for EEVEELUTION enthusiasts. I mean, it's been around 10 years since Sylveon was introduced, and since then we haven't gotten a new EEVEELUTION. Usually the anime doesn't take nearly as long to introduce a new EEVEELUTION. But I mean, it was definitely coming since we aren't adding Pokemon types every generation. But then Lana says something that roughly translates to high possibility or lots of possibilities. I'm reviewing this episode before it was officially translated, so forgive me for the inaccuracy here. But I mean, that's pretty darn crazy, because does she mean there are lots of possibilities for the Eevee line? Like, what if a new evolution was a possibility? Chloe was pretty excited when Lana said this too, showing her excitement to the mysterious prospect. Like, this could totally have been Pokemon just dropping the elephant in the room, and that a new evolution is coming in the new upcoming games, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And this conversation between Chloe and Lana aren't the only hints. People have been suspecting Chloe's Eevee to evolve into a new type of evolution already. First of all, her goal was to meet all the already existing evolutions. With the goal so centered around Eevee, I feel like this is a perfect opportunity for the anime to introduce a new evolution. Also, Serena, Ash's companion, was used to introduce Sylveon, and May had an Eevee that evolved into the new Glaceon way back then. So it's certainly possible, and I'm pretty excited. Also, the Alola gang shows Ash a lot of support, cheering him as the Alolan champion and how he's going to go up against the others in the Masters tournament. Man, Alola really brought Ash some great friends. Honestly, Sun and Moon introduced a lot of characters and handled most of them pretty well. It was definitely one of the strengths of that iteration of the Pokemon anime. Moving on, we have the Battle Royale, and honestly, the actual battle in the Battle Royale was pretty meh, to be honest, but narratively, this battle was done pretty well, in my opinion. Rather than being a super intense, flashy, unpredictable battle that gets you on the edge of your seat, I think the point of this battle was to show and reaffirm that Ash is a freaking champion in Alola, especially when the audience gave him his respect and cheered him as champion. Man, I love that. It's so nice to see Ash getting the recognition he should have gotten after a couple of Alola returns. Way to go, champion Ash Ketchum. But also, this battle showed Ash's Pikachu finally getting the spotlight, you know, because he's Ash's true ace. And Professor Kukui remarks how Ash's Pikachu has gotten way stronger. Ash confirms that he and Pikachu have been training every day to fight Leon, and I'm glad the anime acknowledges this, but that's also kind of my gripe with Journeys. Most of the training happens off-screen, or is just referenced, so some of Ash's Pokemon's power-ups or victories in general feel kinda abrupt. It's fine, but I wish the anime did a better job of showing, not telling Ash's Pokemon's development. And I'm not asking for everything, just some key moments. Surfetch'd got some pretty good development in that department, but Dracovish and Pikachu in Journeys, yeah, it just kinda happened. Also, Pikachu's Z-move is definitely my favorite of Ash's arsenal of gimmicks, and this episode didn't change that one bit. And we can see how much Alola means to Ash by the end of the episode. I mean, he kinda has a second family here. And Tapu Koko gives some sort of send-off to Ash onto the Masters tournament. We all got high hopes, and we will cheer on Ash in the biggest tournament of his life. Let's freaking go. Anyways, I'm probably going to do a video on the recent preview of all of the Masters 8 trainers, as it does reveal some pretty big things, so that video is going to come out shortly. And thanks for watching.